Hi guys, this is Kevin here from sticksandstoneswoodcarving.com. Welcome to the channel, and if you've never been here before, we're all about learning how to wood carve on this channel. So if that seems like something you're interested in, and if you happen to like this video, please give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing to the channel to get more videos like this one. Our goal here is simple. Through our tutorials and videos, and plus starting this summer, even live events will be posted here on YouTube. And they're all geared towards teaching you how to wood carve. So join us if you like by subscribing, and you can learn how to wood carve for yourself also. Now, in the beginning, most of us who want to learn carving usually have our fair share of tools, or at least some tools, right? Especially if we're a little bit older. Many of the average workshops out there probably look similar to this one. You know, basic tools for fixing things that may break in our daily lives or around the house. Other people in their shops may be a little better suited for working with wood, like hobbyists, carpenters, and construction workers, as far as their tools go anyway. They're usually better equipped in that area to start a carving project more than others. But the first thing in my experience when people start wood carving for the first time, no matter what their background happens to be, is that they are confused as to what carving tools that they should use. What does each tool do? Which tools are the best to buy for their project, and so on. So in this video, we're going to start with knives. And this is my opinion of the best 3 wood carving knives on the market, especially if you're a beginner. So then, the first thing you'll need when you first start carving are some good sharp wood carving knives, right? But how can you know which one to choose in the vast world of carving knives on the market today? And look no further, because I'm going to tell you my 3 absolute favorite best wood carving knives on the market that give you the best bang for your buck. Again, this is only my opinion, but I've been carving 20 years. I think it's worth a little something anyway. I make all of my carvings with just these 3 knives, and these 3 knives only, all right? Like the wood spirit pictured here. Sometimes I only use 2 knives, or 1 if I already have it roughed out, for the whole entire carving. There are a lot of wood carving knives out there that frankly don't cut the mustard, if you excuse the pun. Because for the money that you spend, they're made in nothing but unimpressive and often extremely poor steel, or they have a very expensive and pretty to look at thing about them, but in truth, they aren't any better at cutting than the ones I'm about to share with you now. But these 3 knives that I'm about to share with you are the complete opposite. They're absolutely of the highest quality for the money that you do spend, and will perform flawlessly for you, all right, without breaking your piggy bank. Now, the Flexcut tools are what I'm talking about, and the Flexcut knives are what I use, right? For the price of these knives, like I said, you really can't beat them, especially if you're a beginner. This is what I recommend. But if you're an experienced carver like myself, this is all you need. You break one of these knives, you can get another one for $20 or a little bit more sometimes, depends on the knife. But really, you can't beat them, and the quality is unbelievable. Now, this is the Flexcut detail knife, which I'm talking about. You do most of your carving with this, and the Flexcut detail knife comes sharpened right out of the box, right? Like all other Flexcut tools do. It has a really comfortable handle. You can use it for hours and hours. Your hand doesn't get tired. It's got a very narrow blade that lets you get into tight corners and angles really well. The Flexcut detail knives are made from very hard spring steel. And once they're sharpened, and again, they arrive that way in the box, right? You generally only need to strop them every 30 minutes or whatever, and it keeps a razor sharp edge. Flexcut makes a really good stropping compound, a polishing compound. It also goes to your knife. It can be purchased by itself, or you can get it in a package with the Flexcut knife. So my thoughts on the Flexcut detail knife, as far as especially for beginning carvers, don't go out and buy a couple $100 knife. You can pick up one of these knives, you're going to be very happy with it, and you won't find a better carving knife on the market for under 20 bucks. Okay, the next knife in the series that I'm going to recommend is the Flexcut roughing knife. Now, this is a great, really sharp wood carving knife. For the money that you spend, you really can't beat it, like I said. I use the roughing knife here
from Flexcut to rough out all my basswood carvings. I like a longer and slightly thicker blade on my knives if I'm using a roughing knife and I have to remove a lot of material at once. All right, and this helps me remove the material quickly, and it doesn't flex too much. It's got a stronger and thicker blade on it. All right, it allows for plenty of reach across the carving also because it's longer than the detail knife. All right, now the blade holds a great edge and sharpens easily when you strop it, like all flex cuts do. It's lightweight, got a comfortable handle. The handle's made of ash. Great carving knife for the price, like I said, and it's great for removing lots of material. All right, there's a sturdiness to it that makes it a great whittling knife. All right, so if you're looking for an all-around type of carving knife and you can only afford one, then I would get, a detail knife. Probably not a roughing knife like this one, but for roughing out pieces and removing all the wood first and then going to your detail work, this is the knife you want. All right, to get a lot of wood off first, then you go to your detail work with your detail knife and smaller gouges and whatnot. All right, I honestly don't think you can go wrong with any of the Flexcut products for the prices, especially if you're a beginner. Like I said, you can't get a more quality tool at these prices. You could spend hundreds of dollars on carving tools in the beginning, especially if you don't really know what you're going to need, and you always need another tool. Okay, but so you can get as many as you want, and at these prices, you break one, you can always go and spend another $20 and get another knife. It beats spending $100 for one chisel or one knife. Okay, and they're going to do the job for you. Okay, so that's my second recommendation is the Flexcut roughing knife as far as knives go, and the three best knives on the market today. Now, the last knife in the series of knives that I'm talking about here is the Flexcut Detail Mini, all right, or the Mini Detail knife. This knife gives you great control to smooth out the details and correct what I see and view as mistakes, all right? I used it a lot when I was a beginner carver because it's extremely sharp. It feels like you're almost using a little razor blade, right? But stronger than that. And it gets in those tight places that you just can't seem to get a bigger knife in. For such a tiny knife, though, the FlexCut Mini Detail knife is king. All right, it's razor sharp. It's super light in your hand. It's tiny. All right, and this mini detail knife is one of my favorites for the real delicate work that I do on a lot of my carvings. This knife feels like a baby knife in your hand almost. That's the only way I can explain it. Once you've had it, though, you'll never want to carve without one. You'll always have it on your bench and you'll be picking it up to pick at eyes and whatever the little details you want to put in your carving are. It's a favorite among a lot of beginner carvers because they make a lot of mistakes and they just can't seem to get the corners and little chips out, that you always leave when you're not making nice cuts when you're a beginner. All right. I'd pick one up and you'll never complain about those little tight spots that you can't get into them again. All right. So that's my third recommendation on all the knives. And like I said, I think these are the three best knives on the market for beginners, for the price, and for the quality. You really can't beat these items or any Flexcut tools. That's why I recommend them mostly, and I use them mostly myself. I mean, I've had fancy knives, I've had Helvies, I've had all kinds of fancy knives. I have them. I always go for my Flexcuts because they cut just as well, to be honest. I have a couple of really nice knives, don't get me wrong. But Flexcuts, I can just whittle away real fast. If I do happen to break a tip off of one, I've actually reground old Flexcuts because I like them so much and just use them again. Or I just go buy another knife for 20 bucks. And most of these knives, like I said, are 20 or under. You might spend 22. Go to my website, check out the article. I have an article on my website from here. Go to sticksandstoneswoodcarving.com. You can buy them right from there. I'll put the links in the description if you like these knives and you want to check them out for yourselves. You can go right there. They're Amazon links. If you buy a knife off of Amazon, off of one of my links, of course, I get a little commission off of it. Helps support the channel. It helps, so I thank you for that. And I hope you enjoyed this video. And I will see you in the next video. And I'll recommend more products. And it's always going to be products that I believe in as a wood carver for actually over 20 years now. It's been a lot longer than 20 years. But this is what I think of these knives, and I hope you enjoyed the video, and let me know what you think in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.